Hi guys, yes I know most of my videos are normally blowing shit to pieces, but this one is a little bit different. As you can probably see, there's a little light bulb here. Tiny, teeny, tiny little one. Now, I'm not too sure if it'll let you make out the filament in it. But that's a little 7 watt, 240 volt lamp. Unknown manufacturer. And it just went out. Only because the wire disconnected. But this is a little collection of toys and light bulbs. A little collection that I've got up. A lot of it's new, it's old stuff, but it's new to what I have. Oh, that little fella. Yes, it's old. It's as old as the hills, actually. But it works. It's the main thing. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it gets thrown out.
You ask questions, we have real assumptions. It's about here that most of our
But,
questions. Is premium?
yeah, there's some varying different lamps here. This one's a 25 watt, I think. Yep. These connectors aren't really that flash for this one. But that has got a whole bunch of filament supports in it. Masses of them. Now the thing with these lamps, just in having a look at them like that, these ones actually, I'm actually keeping them. I'm not going to throw them out, not going to blow them up, but they're all going in a little box that has a number of lamps in, like this little fellow here. That's a 10 watt 240 volt lamp. All these lamps are 240 volt. Obviously I don't have a Variac to run other values except for one. Here's our little 10 watt fellow. But you might see sitting over here, this little fellow. Now I saw that in a trailer load of scrap metal, and well, actually it was my scrappy friend that found it and put the thing aside, and I saw it a little while later. And 90 volt full scale deflection, and DC of course, not AC. Here we go. If we have a, I don't know, hang on, let's see if we can get something here. You know, that's the 25 watt one I showed up early. And if you have a look, there's massive, absolute mass of filament supports in it. Right. That'll do for that one. This rather curious looking lamp. Bi-pin base. Spade lugs, of course. We'll give him some power. This is not the best solution for powering these lamps, but one must be careful. I would say it's an unknown wattage, but being that bright, Being that bright, I would hazard a guess that it's at least 40 watts. Well, then again, at most 40 watts. I'd say, yeah, well, obviously. And the amount of heat it builds up quickly. That is that little bulb. Now, we come to these little fellas. They're both 40 watt. Now this one is a keeper. This one, well, if you can read that, it's dead. That's why it's going in that socket, because that socket's going to be the arcing socket. Now, just to verify that this switch socket assembly actually works. There he is. He's a little 40 watt Osram fancy round lamp. Now, can't really see it so much there, but it does have a like a half moon style filament. Horizontal, of course. Horizontal half moon yield. Then we go to this lamp here. It's standard A19 shape. Unusual. I can't read the etch on it, but I'm guessing either 60 or 75 watt. So there we go. Come on. Come on, lamp. Very, very nice lamp, that one. And yes, of course. Of course that'd happen. Go to unplug the plug and the plug falls out. The whole bloody double adapter falls out. So that's it for, well, apart from this little fellow. He's gonna get the guts blown out of him. He's just a standard bloody older style standard brake tail lamp. So he's going to get his guts blown out. This little one, I have no idea what I'm going to do with it because the filament's so far offset in the middle of it, it's not funny. But it's a little 6 volt 25 watt lamp. Now, we can get to a lamp like this little fella, which is, it's a 25 watt. But as you might be able to pick it up. I'm not sure how it's going to come out. This camera's a bit potato when it comes to close-ups. I think it's a bit potato for a few things, but oh well, you get that. But yes, I will give this one a bit of juice. Yeah, well, a lot of these lamps have actually come out of microwave ovens, so it's a little 25 watt, and it's really got construction more like a almost like a rough service lamp. With the it's got the square form filament there. Help if my double adapter wasn't playing up on me. I have this little very dead T5 lamp. One of the filaments has actually gone out. It went open circuit, the filament. So I've got a little plan for that one. Something down by my feet. But then we come to these lamps. A 26 watt Osram PL lamp. But it has a slight little problem. The starter's completely stuffed in it. But we also have this little fellow. Now I just need to sort out a little bit of power. This one, I don't have a socket for it, but I can power it. Now this is the sort of thing that you don't really want to do if you don't know what you're doing. Because these things, again, it's only you might say only 240 volt, but 240 volt is deadly. It's dangerous. You cross it, you have a fair chance of winding up in the back of an ambulance, if not in the back of the coroner's van. But that's a 60 watt linear lamp. And I'm not going to pick it up and show you the amount of light it's throwing or anything like that. I'm just going to light it down here. Just like so. It's a rather nice lamp, that one. So what you go down to a soft warm white. I wouldn't go down as far as saying it's a soft white, but then we start getting into the interesting stuff. Not necessarily just that one. Now, you guys have actually seen that one before. A little 13 watt PL. Now, I'm actually getting somewhere with these. I'm going somewhere with these little fellas. Now these little guys. A couple of 150 watt Osram. Actually no, one's an Osram, the other one's, this one's a Philips. This one's the Osram. And you might notice the ends look a little bit wrong. I've actually done that because I don't have the right fitting for it, for these. But they're two 150 watt metal halide lamps, but if you look closely you might see that the arc tube is a little bit out of shape, and same with that one. The arc tube's a bit out of shape. Now they work, as you'll see in a minute. They do work, so that's good. That's the good part. But I intend to let them pop. But I want them, what I'm going to do with them is I'm going to use small ballasts like this setup that I've got here. Very, very dodgy and dangerous. But it works. This one here, I'll get him out of that socket. It's a modified socket there. But this is the new style. It's still an Osram Powerstar. It's the replacement to that one. It's still an Osram Powerstar, but the thing is, it's new. They've actually got a new design to them. But the one thing that I'm wondering is there's no actual expansion. There's no sort of way of allowing the arc tube to expand independently of the glass in these. So I wonder how long they're actually going to last compared to the older style. Now, without further ado, or I don't, Let's give this little thing some life. Now, it's getting 32 watts, so nope, I've got a bad connection here somewhere. There we go. That'll get a little bit of connection going. Now, kill these lights off. Yeah, it's 32 watts running through that at the moment, out of 150. But what I might do is just see if that arc stream does seem to be getting a little wider. But it is a rather odd looking formation in the middle of it. Whether that's got to do with the halide salts or not, I don't know. Yeah, that's the halide salts. They just melted through. It's trying to go through its colour shift, but the thing is, it's not enough. It's not getting enough power to really go through it completely. Ah, no, it's dead. It is dead. There is actually a little bit of a glow there. Now let's see if I can zoom in and actually get that glow. Now that's full zoom. I don't know whether or not you can see that. I'll find that out in post actually. Whether or not you can see that little glow there. That's really quite mesmerising. But having said that, cap its power.
You're Joseph there. The Desmond Tunnel.
Now tell me, how did you get away with $2 million worth of heroin?
I
Okay.
don't know anything about it here.
I'm getting very tired of this scary. 5 kilos of heroin shipped. Somebody tipped off the last night.
Get that one out of there. Now,
Police came to trial, only 3 kilos.
Bodgy Brothers attack force going here again.
There were only 3 kilos of heroin. We almost accepted that premise this past boy.
Very, very, very dangerous sort of stuff to play with like this.
Cover the tracks. We don't believe that any longer. Just what do you believe?
These two I'm only going to fire briefly
And now it looks like
because of the
helped set it up with you.
little bulbous looking arc tubes in them.
Past 2 days. Some very strange things have happened.
But they will fire,
Somehow,
although they're not happy. These ones aren't really overly happy about it by the looks of things.
heroin, you didn't even know it.
We're not fools in this, Gary. Don't treat us that way.
Telling you, I didn't know.
We saw you at that time on Wheels, where Desmond works.
And the other little fellow?
The diner.
Yep.
Fred Desmond works at the diner.
I'll zoom back out here.
Or his friend, Eddie Meducci.
That little fellow.
House in the past 2 nights.
Move the plug, move the thing there.
Did he know when we were supposed to pick up Desmond?
warming up too quick on one side, that one. Now, what we have a rather dead 26 watt PL. Now, what I'm going to do here, again, a not very recommended idea, this one.
Mr. Thurgood, there are two ladies here from the Townsend Agency to see Mr. Sims. He has asked to see you.
Give that one a fire.
Assistance urgent.
It doesn't like me, that one.
Mr. Thurgood.
How do you do?
I'm Chris Monroe. Not if you will, sir.
Would you sit down?
But I've got a different idea for that one. I've got a different idea to light that one up again. Then we come
You know, Mr.
to...
Sims stopped by our offices yesterday.
Oh, yes. Think about the character.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Your problem.
The problem is that Mr.
Let me have a little bit more conductor hanging out the end of that.
Even forcibly. We were hoping you could help us.
It's not the guy.
We thought perhaps there was some connection between Miss Harris' disappearance and the conversation she had with Mr. Sims.
What way?
This one,
But maybe there's no connection.
this is going to... Well, it's a long video already, but this one I can actually
We would appreciate
let run up.
You say someone took it from our house forcibly?
If it will at 32 watts, but I don't think it's liking that.
Yes. Well, it's a strange, violent world we live in, isn't it? I certainly hope you find a friend. If there's anything I can do.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Thurgood. You've been very kind, and you will call us.
Of course.
Goodbye.
Bye, good luck. We go out this way.
Did you catch it? Yeah, we did not know Joe was taken from her house. Right, we did. I'm figuring Mr. Thurgood.
I can let him run up a bit.
We better stick around here to check the situation out. Okay, why don't you get in the car first and we'll bus, right?
It's got that very, very low pressure sodium look to it right now. And the igniter's not happy. Current's a little bit too low for the lamp. Well guys, I got a bit rudely interrupted by my camera, but one of the last lamps that I had in this series is this little fellow. The whole kit and caboodle, as newbie of my toys. Nice little 8 watt T5. Now this T5 has the common problem of the loose end cap. Very common with T5s. That I've seen so far anyway. Also fairly common in T8s, but not quite as much. But I've never seen it in a T12. But this little fellow, there we go, we have light. Okay, it works. They're not the... Turn that aside. That's the sort of light from it. Still cold, but yeah. It's only an 8 watt fluorescent. That's my take on them. They're not very bright, but hey, it works. It's good. Put that in my little lamps box along with these. But what I was going to do... Oh, I got rather rudely interrupted doing this little fellow. But, he does work. These fellows. Now I've got a little toy for them. Most of you have seen it before. I treat some of my gear like shit and the rest of it's like royalty. let's see what we get from that one.
Australian seniors with a car are over 50 specialists.
At Seniors Funeral Insurance Plus, it's easy to get guaranteed cover.
And that's what we get from it.
Phone call,
Light.
intrudes in medical exams or complex application forms. Just put the benefits you want into
30 milliamps, 7,500 volts. This one is another one, crook starter, because the lamp itself has nothing wrong with it.
Talk to the people who understand the needs of Aussie seniors. Take away the worry about funeral costs. Call Australian Seniors.
We'll undo that. Now, this little fella here, rather dead to use in any sort of conventional setup. It's an old bug zapper bowl, as one can see. And it seems to look a lot brighter on camera than it is here. Yep, I'll say it, it's fucked. It's very fucked. But it's not as fucked as it's gonna be by the time I'm finished with it. Let's put it that way. Well, guys and girls, whoever may be watching, have fun. Have fun, above all, play safe. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.